Hello, welcome back to another fantasy football video. I hope everyone is doing fantastically well. We're getting closer and closer now to the round of 16. Wales versus Denmark kicks us off tomorrow. So today I'm going to be selecting my team heading into the round of 16. And the rest of the tournament, as I said in the last video, I've hit my limitless wildcard, I've hit my wildcard, so I'm going to have to be planning ahead while also looking at the immediate fixtures and hopefully getting some points out of those as well. If you're new around here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, hit the like button if you enjoyed this video, and let's get straight on into this one. So I think the whole setup for this is actually going to be quite a similar team to my last one. If you did see that video, if you didn't, perfectly, absolutely great. Basically, the things that I was trying to combine, as I just said, was the kind of longevity of picking teams like, say, the Dutch, who look like they have a very good run in, the French as well, and also teams that have some quite good fixtures, and then also potentially doubling down on fixtures like the Wales-Denmark game, games that are very hard to call, getting a player from potentially each team so that then, you know, you at least get one player that's guaranteed to go through. But as I just mentioned, the French and the Dutch players for me will definitely be going in there. So let's straight away go and get a few of those boys in. Now, in terms of for the French, I've been humming and hawing really who to go for the French. For now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put in Antoine Griezmann. Now, I did have Mbappe in my previous draft. However, you know, with the 0.9 mil that you kind of save with Griezmann has already got an attack in return. We have seen, though, that Karim Benzema is actually on the penalty, so if you need a couple of million, then potentially Benzema could be the one to go for. Actually, you know what? I'm going to lob Benzema in there. Just, you know, he's the highest scoring French attacker so far, and he has got the penalties. So, yeah, that sort of bodes very well for him moving forward. In terms of the other French assets, I'm going to be taking a look at a defender. And I think for me, Lucas Hernandez, now that Digne's got injured, we're going to see him playing sort of every single minute that France do have left to play in this tournament. Now, obviously, Kim Bempe does come in at 5.6 million. So if I'm looking for a little bit cheaper later on in the video, I can always move Hernandez down to Kim Bempe. Now, in terms of the rest of the attackers, as I said, the Dutch look like they have very good, or they do have they not really look like, but they do have a very good running for this tournament. So they play Czech Republic in this game. Then they will play one of either Wales or Denmark, and then one of kind of probably England or Germany or even Sweden or Ukraine in the semi-final. So the Dutch boys are definitely ones to kind of get in there and get a hold of, which is why I'm also going to recover Wijnaldum there. And the thing is with the Dutch boys, they're not, you know, they're not really well priced in terms of they're not budget, but I think they're very reasonably priced. You know, the pay on the lower side of the premium strikers coming in at 10.1, Wijnaldum coming in at a very reasonable 8.1 million, and the final Dutchman I'm going to be getting in is Denzel Dumfries, the highest scoring defender in the game so far. Dumfries looks, yeah, he just looked great. That's the really only thing you could say about him is he's just been fantastic this tournament, absolutely bombing it down that right-hand side with a kind of 5-back that Frank de Boer has been playing for the Dutch. And that's it. That's the kind of the double up on the French and the triple up on the Dutch. Now, in terms of the rest of the attack, for me, I'm going to be going with the main man, or the main man from Belgium, really, Romelu Lukaku. Now, I've been humming and hawing a lot over whether to go for Lukaku or whether to go for Kevin De Bruyne. Now, I've lent towards Lukaku. Now, you may be thinking, well, you know, if De Bruyne scores, he gets an extra point. If they keep a clean sheet, they also get an extra point. However, my thinking behind this is that if Belgium do end up getting knocked out of the tournament, it's a lot easier for me to then transfer Lukaku to another one of the premium strikers. Whereas with De Bruyne, there's not really any other midfielders that are up that price bracket. So with Lukaku, and also Lukaku just looks very hungry for goals. Very hungry for goals, and could easily go and score a couple of goals in this fixture. They do play Portugal, so it's not an easy fixture. So we could easily see Portugal going through. But as I say, if they do lose that fixture, then for me it's just a simple transfer to another one of the premium strikers, like someone like a Griezmann. Now, in terms of the midfield spots, for me, I'm going to be bringing in Italians. I think I'm going to end up by the end of this video tripling up on Italy. They do have a tidy little first fixture, and let's find the main man in the midfield. Not Insigne, because although I think that Insigne is probably the better option out of the two, Berardi just offers such good value. They do play Austria. Now, Austria are definitely not going to be any kind of walkover team. They're not going to be able to absolutely rinse through them. However, I do think Berardi just offers such good value at 6.2 million that it's very kind of hard for me to say no to him. Coming at 6.2 million, as I say, yeah, just such good value. Even if he does blank, you're not really paying that much for him. Now, in terms of the rest of the midfield, I'm kind of looking to punt on quite a few players. I don't think there's going to be anyone particularly, or the big names, that we have left. Who do we have? We've got De Bruyne, we've got Hazard, maybe Raheem Sterling, Perisic, but he's only kind of 8.6 million. There, I think if you look a little bit cheaper to someone like the likes of Forsberg, you could actually do very, very well. Coming in at 7.7 million. He's Sweden's top scorer in the tournament so far, on penalties as well. And if they're going to do anything, it's going to be through him against Ukraine. So I think for me, Forsberg is definitely a goer. Then I'm looking at Spain, because I think in that Slovakia game, Spain really did come into their own. Although, Slovakia did very much bottle it. But I think Pablo Sarabia for Spain, coming at 6.5 million, offers some very good value. Will most likely start now that he's had such a good performance in that Slovakia game. Even if he doesn't, as I say, he comes in at 6.5 million. So, you could just be pretty happy with that, to be honest. In terms of the final spot in the midfield, I will actually come back to this one at the end because I want to see kind of the money left situation. But I do know what I'm going to be doing with the defence. I'm going to be lobbing in an Italian defender because the Italians haven't conceded a goal so far in this tournament, and I do think that's going to continue. And the main man, Spinazzola, I think most people are going to be seeing, or pretty much everyone is going to have Spinazzola in their teams. I find it very, very unlikely or very hard to think that people won't put him in the team, but just because of the amount he's been bombing down that left-hand side for Italy, making those overlaps, he just looks like a fantastic option. Then in terms of the rest of the defence, we're going to be looking at an England man, and England, like Italy, haven't conceded a goal in the tournament so far. Harry Maguire, coming back from injury, looked pretty solid at the back, played a nice little ball through to Harry Kane, and also has the kind of attacking threat from set pieces. So for me, Maguire goes in there as well. Now I'm going to fill out the goalkeeper spots. For me, I think Donnarumma is pretty much a no-brainer. He's just looked so good this tournament, picking up plenty of clean sheets. And also with Italy, they're likely to go through to the next round. So I think that just having a goalkeeper that you're going to kind of back to go as far as they possibly can, I think is a good idea. So Donnarumma in there for me. And we're looking at a reasonably priced goalkeeper, I think, and that is Simon from Spain. If I can find him here. Am I going blind? That's the question. No, that is because I need to recover him here. And yeah, Simon and Donnarumma at the back. So it is quite an expensive goalkeeper kind of setup I've got there. 10.7 million on the goalkeepers. Not ideal. I may end up going for a little bit cheaper. What I did also like, and what I tried to do in the first game, because why I kind of cashed in on Heredaki, is go for a really cheap goalkeeper for the first spot and then play your more premium goalkeeper after, because the cheap goalkeepers are likely to get the save points, even the penalty save points as well. But also, Donnarumma just looks so good in net that it's very hard to kind of look past him. So how much does that leave us with? That leaves us with 12.8 million in the bank. So we're going to be looking towards another midfielder and another defender. Now, in terms of around that price bracket, I would really like to get Modric in for Croatia. I think he looks very good, to be honest with you. I'm going to transfer him in. 4.2 million. So unfortunately, just can't quite afford him and a defender. So what I'm going to end up doing, actually, if I take out Simon, then potentially, and I bring in a 4.7 mil goalkeeper. Let's go with let's go with Bouchan, actually, because what that will mean is if Forsberg goes and scores, then great, I get Forsberg into the next round. Or if Ukraine go and win, I get Bouchan into the next round. And what that has allowed me to do is created 4.6 million so that I can then go and pick myself up a Mechle from Denmark. Now, I don't know if I'm saying that right. Probably not. We're just going to Mele. And I think that for me is looking like a pretty tidy team. You know, up front, you've got the main men, Benzema, Depay and Lukaku. Obviously, Benzema, now we've seen his on penalties, so his kind of value definitely increases. You've got Memphis Depay there, the Dutch, with Wijnaldum and Dumfries looking very good. Lukaku looks inspired in this tournament. Perisic for Croatia has been looking very, very good going forward. Picked up a 10-pointer in the previous game and a 7-pointer before that, so I think he looks quite good as well. Forsberg, as I've mentioned, bit of a punt for this week. And yeah, just I think they could do quite well against Ukraine. And then Hernandez obviously is going to be playing week in, well, I say week in, week out. I mean, as long as France stay in the tournament, he'll be their left back because Digne is now injured. Spinazzola obviously looks very good. Maguire, obviously Italy and England have both not conceded so far. And then Sarabia, Mechle and Berardi, my kind of cheaper options, who I definitely think can do something. So if you have enjoyed this quick little look ahead to the round of 16, I'm absolutely buzzing for things to get underway, things to kick off. Denmark versus Wales, as I say, not 100% confirmed in team, but building it there, actually rather like it, to be honest. So yeah, I think I probably will end up sticking with that team. Let me know down in the comments any plans you're thinking of making, or transfers, or moves, or just generally discussion about the round of 16. Drop them down in the comments. Hit that like button if you have enjoyed the video. Hit the subscribe button if you're new around here, and I'll catch you in the next one. See ya.